Hey everybody, this is Dawn. I'm gonna give you a quick before, real fast forward before, and then an after. So this is a work in progress, and I thank you so much if you've been coming along on this journey with me on simplifying my salon space. Okay, so as you can see, this is a work in progress. So I want to split this up because it's just too much footage to do all at once. So as you can see, this is the main wall I want to work on. When you first come into the salon, it's just too cluttered. Your eyes are drawn everywhere. And I actually started out with them little white piece of paper that's on the wall to try to cover paint, and didn't put too much thought into it. And I decided that it's time to put thought into it because there's no possible way I should be charging or increasing prices, and um the salon just looked like it do. It just looked it just bothered me. It bothers me terribly. So right here I'm gonna show the gradual stuff that I did and then how I made a little bit of the stuff, because it's important to understand that you don't got to spend a whole lot of money to do these things. So what I just put up there is like, I meant to do like a cascading bouquet that comes out of a box. That was the look I was trying to achieve. I got that. It was made out of, and I'll show it at the end of the video. That was made out of a box that I got that had like an order in it. I think the vinyl paper might have came in there. I forgot what came in that box, but the flowers that are cascading are connected by the wires that the flower is actually made of. And that came, I literally took flowers that was already inside the salon and just rearranged them so that I wouldn't have to keep repurchasing things. So right now, you're seeing me get certain things out to rearrange this entire wall. I was so tired. I stayed up till like 1 in the morning just putting things together because I said, no, I'm going to put a serious effort in this so I can get this over with within the next few weeks. And then I only had like an hour before my client was supposed to come. So I had to clean up because as I'm like rearranging, I clean behind the stuff. So I had to take all the stuff out, rearrange it, move furniture, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so one reason why I decided to do this series of videos is because some people don't understand how to declutter, and some people don't understand how to look at the space and figure out how you can make it so your eyes aren't drawn to ridiculous things. I had to be taught this stuff from my husband, to be quite honest. When he walked into a room, he could notice the most minute thing that you never noticed. And my whole thing is that if you're in business, you never know which new client could come in and their eyes are drawn to something that your eyes might not be drawn to. So periodically, I try to go in, especially since COVID happened. I don't know what happened, but after my father passed, I just started noticing dirt and clutter, and it just started bothering me. And I'm like, how long it's been here? So like after a minute, I started looking at my wall and I was just looking like, this looks trifling as I don't know what. Like, really? That's me right there. So I was showing the progress that I made thus far. I'm about to clean off the thing. I remember this part. So that's the progress I made thus far, finishing probably about 50% of the room. This is one thing I wanted to make clear. Look at the clutter. Look, I want to show the after with this. You see the clutter right there? See, so I portioned off that section of the room right there so that you can see that certain things are put away. I want you to pay close attention to what's behind the sink. You see all that clutter behind the sink? So when I left out, I felt better that I had cleaned up and put that shelf up there. But then I said, no, that's how the room I'm looking at right now. We're not doing that till later, like 100%. But that, I said, we got to fix that by tomorrow. So a portion of what I do when I started was just to begin to use the wet vac and get the carpets clean because they was trifling. Look at all that dirty water in that first carpet, right? So then I realized once I got home, once I got to work, see the back part of that was missing. So I had to improvise and scrub out the dirty spots by hand and then use my water bottle just to squirt the water down because normally the machine comes with the apparatus on the back of the machine to squirt it as you go back and forth. But I had to do what I had to do because I said to myself, I am not bringing this wet vac back to work. I just can't. It's just too much. And, in business, you got to set timelines because it can't be a forever construction zone. I don't care if it's in your house or it's in your business. That's just trifling. So as you can see, me scrubbing that carpet, I pour the water down. You can already see the white becoming more white. And then I went right over it. That's a Bissell cleaner. If I can remember, and I don't know, Allah knows best. If I can remember to put the link in the bio, I will. If not, you just gonna have to make a comment like, where that cleaner come from? But it's Bissell. Go on Amazon. See all the dirt, it comes right up into the vacuum cleaner and you just empty that portion out. So that's the important part of, like I said a few moments ago, in regards to how I was taught to look at things. I had to literally be taught this because I didn't grow up like that. So my husband, he's the first one to come and be like, "You see that carpet?" Like if we'll go into a business or we go into, wherever, he'll be like, "Did you see that?" It's little things, and you never know who's gonna notice what. And then also I'm not condoning it, but sometimes people let their kids they don't notice that the kid and start crawling on the floor, and I feel so bad, like, oh my gosh, that carpet's so nasty, whatever. So that's a portion of what I did. This actually came after I had completed most of the cleaning, because like I said, when I'm doing this, oh yeah, that's the after. I just want to show you all this before we get into the whole so you see that's the clutter I was saying before that was gone, where the curling iron stove was, and you see how I put the stuff away around behind the sink and put it into one of them cubes. So my goal is, and I put that little design up, my goal is to get the stuff up off the wall. I want y'all to see what I'm working on next. I took all the shelves down off of the wall so that I could do a design behind that wall, move the retail. I'm going to move these earrings and what have you. So there go me. We're going to float into one of the projects that led to what you saw in the salon thus far. Let's be getting the camera straight. No, I'm not editing. No, I ain't editing that. I ain't editing the sound you just heard. I'm not doing any of that because I'm my own camera person and I is tired. I tired. So that's the little cascading thing that came off the shelf. Remember the cascading bouquet of flowers, excuse me, that was floating off of the shelf. That's the box it came in. So I'm literally using the exact same purple satin. I got a little bit of this purple satin left that I think I'm just going to use for the door. That's what I'm going to use the last portion of this satin for. So I like fold it over the top of this and then use my hot glue stick and glue a portion of it. I don't want to go all the way down because...
Here's the definition of portion.
Do you hear Google? Do y'all hear Google? I wasn't talking to you. Google just bust in the conversation. See, they be having Google listening. I'm telling y'all. So you just press it down right here. You don't want to go all the way down. You do it gradually because the hot glue stick dries quickly. So I used a Gorilla Glue for the hot glue sticks because I like how they work. Okay, so this is me doing one side, coming up the other side, and then sealing it. I do it with the glue because it will take a horrible amount of time to sew, and I don't want to over exert myself because I know I'm going to have to paint the salon, a portion of salon, and I'm going to be frustrated because I saved the most frustrating part for last. I don't know why, especially if something I really don't want to do. I can't stand painting. So I just do the seams, because in general it ain't going to come out, and by the time it come out, if I feel like going back and sewing it to, just seal it up, then so be it. I'm just not doing that right now in 2023. So this right here is that's I had some serious trouble sealing that up and making that like a triangle on that end. So I didn't even go through because I ran out of space on my camera anyway. So this I actually found that material downstairs in my material basket because like I said, I'm going through reusing stuff, the little glittery stuff that's that stuff you put on like a Christmas tree or something. That's something that was in a cup that I had in the salon. I said, no, we're going to reuse it, glitter it up so that I don't necessarily have to buy. I was going to buy like lights or something. I said, no, we're not going to keep spinning, spinning, spinning. We're going to make this look nice and cute with that. So I'm wrapping that around a flower right there, gluing it to the flower. And I literally am putting these flowers in one by one. So these flowers did come from the Dollar Tree. I think I said that earlier. But the way that the flowers are made, it's like wiry. So you could literally wrap it around itself. I did put a little piece of string in there, but you see I used the pliers in order to bend the wire around, taking each flower. Some of them is old, like I said. And I'm stuffing it inside of there. Right there I went on top of the fridge because actually not in this part, but I did take plastic bags and stuff it inside of there in order to secure the flowers in there so I don't got to worry about it falling down. It could stay up on top of the cabinet for a good amount of time. I just want to mention as I'm watching myself do it, at first, times I'd be tired, but in actuality, it is very therapeutic for me to do these things because it's like putting together a puzzle, kind of like doing hair, where it's therapeutic for me to do people's hair because it's like me putting together a puzzle one hair at a time. So if you look for a hobby, arts and crafts, there's a reason why they have arts and crafts inside of a nursing home. It's therapeutic. So this is the end result. As you can see, I did it on my counter so you can see how it's supposed to cascade off. And you can see at the beginning of this video, but it's meant to cascade down out of the box to give the illusion of like spilling flowers. And that's how I finished it. So on to the next project. That's me adjusting the camera once again. And then I believe this project is supposed to be the cans, the flower cans. So I made this out of a can of black beans from the Aldi's, an empty can, two empty cans. I purposely left the paper on it so that it would, so that the Gorilla Glue, tongue tied, so that the glue would stick and I don't gotta worry about it acting funny because of the metal. I know that hot glue guns work better with paper because that's just how it is. So I rinsed the cans out, let them sit outside for like a day, dry all the way out, and then went about my business gluing it. So as you can see, I'm gluing on the outer edge of it before I put the purple satin on it. This was a really, really quick project. This was real quick. All right, so that was really quick. As you can see, if you paid attention, I put a plastic bag inside of it so that it'll sit up by itself. And that's it. That's gonna go on top of my cabinet. Okay, so this right here, I decided to go with the Dollar Tree picture frames, and then I said they just look so cheap. And I said, let me like spice these things up real quick. So I used a hot glue gun and some like ribbon that I had in my little treasure box downstairs. Okay, so I decided to do this particular picture frame like 2 or 3 different ways. So that was the first way with the glitter, and then I wrapped it with the black satin ribbon. And then the second way that I did, I just want to show before and after right there, so you can see, was with the black satin and then just laced it with the silver. I like that one a little bit better. So that actually saved a whole lot of money, because if I would have bought them custom on Amazon, they might have been close to $5 a piece. They was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. So this board right here, I just want to have to show a clip back so you understand what I used that for, because I forgot to show the after. But this right here, the pole is what I used to hang the curtains on the actual final board. So let me show a clip so you understand where that was actually used. Okay, so now that we've reached the end, I just want to show a recap. That was the very first before I began this. So you can see I ended up taking out that cart that I just showed. You see all the clutter that's sitting behind there. The table went, had the roller cart, all that. I ended up bringing that. I was just showing all the clutter. Lord have mercy. All that stuff got to go, honey. So I'm going to be repainting after, because this is, ooh, goodness. Them baskets I wanted to show, just look at the wall. You see all the towels. Everything's just so daggone cluttered. Just everything's everywhere. It's just bothering me so bad. Oh my gosh. So then we're about to go to phase 2, which was the night before the very last reveal. So this is phase 2. When I got tired, when I did a little bit of the stuff, remember I cleaned off the camera. So, you know, the rug isn't in there, but what I did was I moved the fridge over there, but look at how the countertop looked cluttered. It looked just trifling and cluttered. But I put all the stuff away that was against the wall, brought the cabinet down, put a little bit of stuff back there. I'm probably gonna get rid of that magazine rack and all that. See the cascading flower. I want you to look at the difference between that and what's gonna come next. Right, I didn't put the thing on the wall yet. You see the shelves are still on the wall. Right. So now this the what I ended with last. See, I got rid of all the clutter that was right there. Right. Then I spaced it out a little bit more on that shelf, so you can actually see the cascading flower. Put a box behind there, the sink, tissue box. Put the decor on the wall right there. Clean the carpets. And then empty this entire wall. Well, tried to empty most of the wall off the shelf so that I could do a decent job painting this week. So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, inshallah, will be the last video. I'm just so wore out. This is wearing me out. I see why people pay people now. I really, truly understand.